welcome back to another cup of conversation.
Where we have conversations worth having.
I'm your girl, Coco.
And I'm your girl, T.
And this week, we are on the couch, solo dolo episode
108? 107?
108.
108. You was right. You right. 108. 108?
108. And we...
Look, because... Because why? I don't know. Saucy, bro. I don't know where he just started, but... Don't bring that back.
Okay.
I ain't even got enough titties to be doing that while I'm up here playing, but...
It is kind of fun, though.
It is, huh?
No,
I'm on a good high.
No, for real.
Of our conversations, because we just...
I'm going to bring you down a little bit, though.
It's going to be back to back to back episodes of...
Bangers. Back with another banger. Like they be saying on YouTube. I've been watching
another banger. Yeah, girl. You know you ain't been on no social media. YouTube been your social media. How has it been?
It's been good, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'm really like, I think my last day is Friday, I believe. I did it for the 40 days.
40 days, okay. 40 days social media.
Leading up to, when Jesus went into the wilderness or whatever. So, it started off as like more of a spiritual thing because, well, I deemed it as a spiritual thing just because God the one told me to do it. So I figured he was trying to get to me and tell me something. So, but it kind of been like less spiritual, like still spiritual, but less spiritual and more like, health related, mental awareness, just being able to get into my own mind, get into my own thoughts, like, and not be,
I think it'll be more of a mental awakening for everybody if social media just went down for a little while.
And before I was creating this episode, I was thinking about like, I wonder, everybody need to do this. Everybody needs to do this. Because I feel like it's tied into so much more. You know how we used to always talk about how God is tied into so much? Mm-hmm. I feel like social media is tied into so much. It's like the new God. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like,
no, seriously.
And I feel like if we all just came off of social media, like, you would find out so much about yourself, so much about the people around you, so much about what you really want out of life that's not attached to what you see.
The noise, yeah.
Yeah. And so it's been really good. I ain't gonna lie. I really think I'm thinking about how I'm gonna strategically go back into it, because I've been telling myself, okay, Friday will probably be the day, but don't just go head first back into it.
Right.
Like, figure out how, like, what is your new normal going to look like? Because don't have done all this in vain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Type of thing. So I'm kind of thinking, like, what am I going to do? Like, give myself one day on social media a week or something like that? Because I really like not being on social media.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been good, though. It's been really good.
Yeah, I think I'm getting caught up. I think I just need to go ahead and jump into it because I'm getting caught up in the structuring what it's going to look like after I do it thing. And how to, like I said, like I told you before, still structure the podcast and still kind of like remain with that social media presence. But for us, I don't think it's that big of a deal because a lot of people who start podcasts had like individual social media personalities to keep up with, like, whether, like, when we talk about Shy, how she said she was big on Twitter and things like that, like, people, they have, like, things to keep up with when we certainly don't have, we don't necessarily have that. While we're trying to build it for ourselves, we don't have the demand for it right now. So I feel like this is probably the perfect time for us to do it. We got a consistent podcast. We putting the episodes out. Reels are going out too, but it's just not pressured. And I think we still working on getting our back end done with the, people, the help to have it like a well-oiled machine to where we really could take a break if we want to.
And I think too, in order for the pressure, I feel like, to be honest, we moving for us to be successful in this media space. I feel like we are moving to coming away from social media and giving social media what it needs versus giving people what they need.
Right. And
for real. And because I feel like when you focus on how you can get your content to do well on social media, that's when you kind of take a back seat to what really needs to happen.
Right.
Because social media is so short-lived.
That's why you start, when people get to saying stuff that they want to be clickbait or want to be caught quickly, but then you go click on their episodes and it's a bunch of that. Like, none of the shit connecting, no good topics, nothing. It's just, so I'm glad we are doing it the way we are doing it. People might say this the slow train, you know, it'll be a slow boogie, but I really enjoy the process of the way we choosing to do it. Yeah, to do it.
Yeah.
But what you talking about today? How you tailor the episode?
It's a little bit about like what we talking about. Happiness versus peace versus happiness.
Okay.
And I've been going to therapy, and a lot of the things that I'm finding out, a lot of the things that I want out of life are about being happy. And when I really thought about it, it's becoming a problem now because happiness is fleeting. It comes and it goes. You know, if you go up and you happiness, it's gonna have something has to come down, right?
Right.
And so I've been really focused on like working on my mental and figuring out how to sustain peace.
Okay.
Regardless if I'm happy or not, if I'm sad or not, because those things happen, grief happens, sadness happens, all of those things happen. So you cannot, it's impossible to stay happy all the time.
It's just about knowing how to process them and handle them when they do.
Right. So, I had the question that came up in my mind: what if the thing that you've been chasing, happiness, is the very reason you keep being unfulfilled? Because I keep arriving at this point, even when my life is good, I keep arriving at this unfulfilled like moment. Like what more? What next? And because we live in a culture of continuously chasing things and continuously improving, it always takes you back to your purpose, right? Well, when I thought about purpose, I was like, dang, what is purpose? And I defined it, and I was like, okay, but purpose is also a habit of chasing, because once you know what your purpose is, you have to strive to make that happen. And so it's also a habit. Not right off the back is not a habit like to chase, but it's essentially what that is. Right. Like you gonna be forever trying to fulfill your purpose. And so I was just thinking about that, and I was like, dang, like I'm gonna be forever unfulfilled if my goal is happiness. And you know, sometimes you kind of be like, well, why wouldn't I want to be happy? Like, you know what I'm saying? But really, what I realized is not happiness that I want, is peace. Yeah. And so that's what got me.
Just find solitude and having all the things, you know, happy, sad, whatever. I think that's kind of like our main conflict that keeps us from enjoying life sometimes, because we get to focusing on how it feels to be happy instead of sitting in a little bit of the sadness, or just allowing grief to take its little moment and then moving on. Instead, because I've been trying to focus on not letting me and my therapist been talking about not letting moments determine my happiness or my day. If she was to ask me at the end of the day, did you have a good day? Did you have a joyful they don't ask you if you have a happy day. Did you have a good day? That good is however you take it. Peaceful, fun, you know, was it all positive? But good could just mean I handled it well throughout everything that, you know, the roller coaster of today.
Right. And so that's basically what peace is, because I thought about like, okay, what is peace then? So I equated peace to finding joy in everything. Even like, say for instance, something happens bad. My car gets broken down. I have a flat tire. Right. Okay, let me go back. And so peace would be, I'm not upset about my car first, and seeing that I'm not upset about my car, my tire being flat, or if I am, but how can I find the joy in this situation? What could have happened versus my tire being flat? I could have had a car accident. Right. I could have died. I could have ran off the road. Like, so finding joy in the things that happen. And once you find that joy in those things, then it's easier to cope. And it's not like a happiness, sad, mad, angry, happy, joy. You know what I'm saying? It's like a steady position. You're in a position. You standing in that position no matter what happens.
Right.
So why do you think we equate happiness to success? Why do you think we equate that?
Because in society, we're taught the more things you can obtain successfully, the better off you'll be. You know, the more a lot of people equate having money with freedom and time and this and that. When you have all those things, no matter how much money you have, you still have happiness, you have time, you have the freedom and free will to do whatever you want. You know, just like we've been seeing, I don't know if you've been seeing, I know you haven't been seeing, you ain't been on social media, but just like recently, Sana and Tierra been like, they've been saying using our free will to do random shit that we want to do. Like, we all have the free will, and I think a lot of times we allow our free will we allow our circumstances to detect, to
lay dormant our free will,
to detect our free will. Like, what we gonna do? Like, oh well, if I ain't got enough money, then I can't go to the beach. But you can go outside to the park. You can still, you can...
And you can go to the beach and not have no money.
Exactly. Like, you know what I mean? It ain't got to be Cancun.
Yeah.
You know,
go to Galveston.
You want to go to Galveston, you got to make it work. You got to do what makes... So that's why I did recently, my therapist was asking me, like, my purpose and stuff. And, like, I did, like, that little bingo board just to try different things, because it don't matter what... you feel like you need to have these things, as long as you're doing something that you feel like brings you peace and happiness. It doesn't matter the success rate you had, because I mean those are still going to be priorities tomorrow. You know.
So do you think that life is supposed to always feel good?
I don't. I think because I remember vividly thinking this one day, going through my faith journey, just like, is God knowing of all things? Because would he have let some of this go on? Like, really? But yeah, he would have, because had not, people still wouldn't be turning towards him to ask for answers and things like that. So we have to take the good with the bad, because then you wouldn't be able to see the good. You just think that everything, this is how it's supposed to be. I wouldn't even say thank you when you open the door, because this is how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that we should ever get to a feeling where this is how things are supposed to be. You should always have some kind of, because it's life. You know, life takes roller. Like, even if you get so sustained in your marriage or your career, things could change, like, in a blink of an eye.
Right.
So
and
what do you think?
And I don't think it's always supposed to feel good, but I will say that I think what I've been working on more too is, in order to sustain peace and to have peace, is to get outside of the receiving side of life, to get around the receiving side. I think we live on the receiving side of life. If I do this, I'll be happy. Like, I have to do this. I have to receive this, get this. Or if I don't get this, I will suffer. Like, we always on the receiving side of getting whatever life gets to us. But it's almost kind of like what you said about the free will. If I get ahead of using my free will, then I'm not getting what life gives me. I'm giving life what I'm about to give it.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm taking this. I'm taking what I want.
Right. And it's almost like taking back control of your life. And like, so my thing has been, how can I get on the other side of that receiving side? I don't want to, and it came from really therapy, like, having an expectation from people you shouldn't have.
Right.
Because like I said before, I think on the episodes, even if you have an expectation for yourself, you don't live up to those all the time.
Right.
And so you're going to be mad. You don't be mad at yourself. You might be disappointed, like, dang, I ain't going to work out like I said I was going to.
Right.
But you don't have that same energy that you would have when somebody else. So why are you holding that person to the expectation of certain things if you don't even keep all your expectations to yourself? And so, like, with that, I've been like, how can I get around having this expectation that if I do, I will have whatever, XYZ, whatever it is. And so I've been not worrying about having happiness or nothing, just being and doing what I feel in that moment. Like, what I feel this week. I feel like I'm feeling a little sad this week. How can I uplift my own spirits? How can I not be so people dependent? And I think that in order to have peace, it has to come from the inside, and it can't be subjective to what's happening around you.
But I also don't want to get to a point to where, sometimes where you don't want to run yourself raggedy trying to get happiness. But I also don't want to get to a complacent point where I don't want to stress myself. So I'm just gonna sit here and let it be what it is. You know, you kind of letting the circumstance. It's kind of like a very fine line you got to find in between the two.
That's the peace, though. I think I don't want to find happiness. I want to find peace. I want to find the thing that sustains me. So I think that's the difference. And I thought about, okay, what's the difference between happiness and peace? Mm-hmm. So I think happiness is, it comes, it goes. It's emotional, it's temporary. Mm-hmm. But peace is like something that's stable. It's not dependent on what's going on.
Right. It's more so your reaction, like the cause and effect thing. Mm-hmm. Peace is your reaction. If somebody is making you mad or whatever, if you are sustained in peace, it don't make you as mad. Like
it's almost kind of like the person that you know how like something will be going on and it's something bad and they'll be laughing like, yeah. Oh, and they just keep walking and they just laughing. Yeah. It's almost kind of like you got to have that type of energy. Like, yeah. That's not about to piss me off. That's okay.
And okay. That's exactly what my therapist has been telling me, because I've been explaining to her about the work situation, and being that is somewhere that I have to be we got 7 days out the week. I got to be there 5 days, mm-hmm. and I have to be there 40 hours. We got like 126 or something hours in the week, mm-hmm. or something like that. That's a lot of time to be spending in one place and not like it, like hate it. Mm-hmm. So I'm really trying to change my perspectives, because I'm in a good spot with them as far as like, you know, something I ain't gonna speak on here, but it's a business suit. Mm-hmm. Right. You know, when you put on a business suit, right. But like, I'm in a good space, so it's no point for me to like be mad at the things that I cannot change. Right. I can't change them into thinking that Black people aren't just bad people. You know what I mean? Aren't dumb people. I can't change their mind. Right. I can't change them to think that, oh yeah, she's working good in here, but she doesn't have a bad attitude. I don't have a bad attitude. I don't like y'all. I don't talk to y'all. Right, right. I can't change y'all from thinking like that. So what I'm changing is the way that I come in and expect y'all to finally see me. Mm-hmm. I don't expect y'all to see me at all. Right. I expect you to do what you're going to do. Right, exactly. And I'm going to keep on documenting what you do.
Yeah. And
I just expect, yeah, you know what I mean? I expect you to be you. Like, and I feel like if we take a lot of the expectation out of life.
Exactly. That's the arrival to peace. Yes. The expectation.
Yes.
Not having this high expectation, the low expectation at all is going to arrive you to peace, because you don't have anything to really be disappointed or happy about when you never had the expectation in the first place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's not even about like chasing this happiness. Like, oh, I want to be happy. I want to be happy. I just want to be at peace. I want to do what feels good to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I want to be respectful of other people around me. I want to be able to help other people around me and not even expect anything in return. And so when I was looking into what's like my attachment style, because my therapist had me look into the attachment styles, and I came to a realization that I am preoccupied anxious. And basically what that is, because he told me, what got him to even telling me about this is he was like, even though you don't have bad intents for doing things for other people, the mere fact that you do things because you would expect them to do it for you is not good. It's right. It's not healthy. And so,
but whoever, I'm not gonna say whoever just wants to do stuff for other people, but when somebody needs
secure attached people,
that
they only do things that they want to do. They don't do it with the intent to get something back. If they ever get something back, they're not mad about it, because they originally did. I'm telling you, it's deep. It's people like this, though.
I can't imagine somebody like that I'm close to, no matter how close we are, if it's my mama, if it's you, if it's my sister, I can't imagine any of y'all ever wanting to help me move. But since y'all love me, y'all might come do it. But I can't imagine you wanting to do that. So
well, that might be something that I don't want to do. But it's people that, so that's the thing. It's about the person. It's about that person. It's not about you. It doesn't have anything to do with the other people on the other side. A secure attached person is, they're having them in mind, but they also have healthy, operating out of that front, how she talked about, they're not operating out of, she like must want something from me. She asking me for something. Yeah. They're not operating from there. They're operating from the front. They have they know how to rationalize. They know how to come to a resolution quickly, and they know how to articulate their resolution or their thought process. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not like,
Or it could be like you said, they're not even considering that they're doing it for me. They know they're doing it for me, but they're thinking about themselves. Like, okay, so when I need somebody to help me move in 3 months.
No, they're not thinking like that. No, they're not thinking about, that I could need somebody to help me later on too. No, what they're thinking is, for example, if you said you was moving, I'm not gonna, if you said you was moving, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not moving off the fact that, I might need to say, hey.
No, but what if I say, hey, Coco, can you help me move? I don't really got nobody else.
So that person might say, I don't really like helping people move. I don't like packing large furniture. That's a secure person that knows what they know their boundaries. They know that they're okay doing, and they don't do things just because it might hurt somebody's feelings that they don't do it. They might help you come up with a solution. Oh, okay, well, I might can help you borrow some money because I might not have a problem with helping you loaning you some money. Right. I don't like moving, but I might not have a problem with helping you borrow you some money.
Yeah.
Let's Google some moving companies so you can get moved.
Right.
But that's still not me moving shit because I don't like moving shit, and I'm not gonna move nothing just because I'm worried about how you're gonna perceive me or how you're gonna feel about me not wanting to help you. This is how I feel, and this is what I'm gonna do.
Okay. I'm so glad we talking about this because I just had an incident. I ain't gonna put no specifics on who it was in my life. I'm just like person A and person B. Mm-hmm. Person A needed person B. Okay. At one point, person A knows person B is gonna do whatever they need because of the relationship that they have towards each other. But person A's personality is so me. I know my boundaries, like you said. Like I know what I do and don't want to do. Mm-hmm. To where she or he, they feel like they can call on somebody, but when somebody is their turn to call on them, it's optional whether they answer or not. Mm-hmm. I don't think that you can be two. Both. I don't think you can be what you call it? What do you call it? Like self-aware or whatever. Secure. I don't think you can be secure and needy. Because if you need somebody and they come through for you, I'm not saying it has to be a favor for favor thing, but you can't always be like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But look, I do need you for something.
But that's the thing. Sometimes a secure person is not needy. A secure person, even if you need something, is not being needy. You have to also respect boundaries of other people. But the thing about it is, you cannot. It's a such thing as being selfish. There's a thing. But if you're secure and saying, I have a boundary, I don't like doing X, Y, and Z, so I'm not going to do that. That's one thing. But you are also. You can't be a secure person that if that same person was to say that about you, you're going to lash out and be like, oh, what is wrong with you? You don't want to help me. Da-da-da. Then you take yourself out of that category of being a secure person.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's how you interact with other people too that matters. Your attachment to other people.
Right.
How do you feel if that's
knows too? Like
exactly. Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people they want to be that secure person, but they're needy. And so when it comes to them, it's like, I would hope people show up for me like that. But when it comes to somebody else, it's like, if it's against my boundaries to show up for you like that, I don't got to. And I'm like, that is like, that's teetering. It's almost like a leech relationship. Like you feel like you can ask for shit and nobody can ask you for anything.
But that's where it comes in, where you have to have a healthy resolve, because having a boundary is fine. But if you're in a relationship with somebody, just like I said, if you move and I know my boundary is not to help you move, I am still your friend. I still need to see what my role is and how I can help you still manage and come to a resolve of what your problem is.
Yeah.
Or I give you a person that can help you come to a resolve of your problem.
Being that you do care, it wouldn't be the dry no.
No,
it wouldn't be. Nah, I can't do that.
And it might be. It could be sometime, but all the time, maybe not.
Right.
It might be, hey, no, I can't help you move because I have something going on. Or no, I can't help you move because I'm not good at doing that kind of stuff. Or it could be, but we can do X, Y, and Z because I'm your friend. I'm not trying to say no and I'm just figure it out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's where I think a lot of people miss the mark. Especially while we learning about boundaries and stuff like that, people are like, oh, that's my boundary. I put that into place. They can't be mad. And yes, they can, but I do think that like when you're dealing with somebody who is aware of their boundaries and somebody who lacks boundaries, you're gonna get one person that's getting a lot and a lot of the other person getting a little.
And so, whose fault is that though?
It is both. I feel like it's a little bit of both, because being this self-aware, you ought to be aware of other people. You should be, but that's my expectation.
But that's in your attachment style, maybe. No, I'm not a therapist. I'm not an expert on attachment styles.
That's my expectation. Like
but you cannot have an expectation on other people.
I know. But that's what my therapist told me.
So that's the thing. So that's why I'm saying, whose fault is that? That if you talking about you dealing with a person that does have boundaries and has articulated their boundaries to the other person, and then you dealing with a person that doesn't have boundaries, you have a problem if you don't have any boundaries.
Right. You are. I just think that being someone that is so self-aware of these therapy words like boundaries and things like that, if you don't consider somebody else's boundaries, how deep off into
how can I
you?
consider something I don't know that you even have? If you're telling me that person B don't even have them, I can't consider nothing that you don't have. That's not for me to consider. That's for you to make clear.
You're right. You're 100% right. But we know when it comes to like I'm not talking about like a friendship relationship. These are the friendship relationships that are hard to kind of teeter. Mm-hmm. But if it's like your sister or your mama or it's certain but it's some of these people you've been living with all your life. For your mama, if you left or if you took one of her shirts or something, if that's something that make her mad, you would know that would make her mad.
Right. But just like the therapist said, you could be saying, oh, don't touch my stuff. Da, 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 da. But I'm not hearing that. Or I'm not grasping it or seeing it how you saying it, because it's a way to set a boundary, and that ain't the way to when something happen get mad.
Right, get mad. Yeah, wait till it gets to the blow up stage.
Right, and so if I don't know that you have a problem with me touching your stuff, without you arguing,
I've been trying to tell a person be this for a long time.
Then how I'm supposed to know? You know what I'm saying? So like you have to take accountability. No matter how much you didn't endure it in your life, how much you didn't experience in your life, you could have trauma, this and that. It's for you like to deal with your shit. Like she said, it's you to deal with your shit. And for you
to be 50, 60, 70, 80, I don't care. It don't matter when you start learning it, but if you don't take control and
you're going to continue to get done by person A, because person A probably and the thing about it is person A probably not even a secure person. Just because you have boundaries don't mean that you're a secure person. So let me say that. Just because you have those boundaries and you're articulating those boundaries does not mean you're a secure person, because you still obviously have some type of expectation for other people too.
Right. So
you could be teetering and tottering, secure versus preoccupied, anxious too.
Yeah, because like you said earlier, you go into these therapy sessions and sometimes you come out and still you might be on your good days where you holding them boundaries up, and some days you might be letting it slay by the wayside.